Hello, I'm Dr. Chonta Haynes with Heart to Heart Truth Ministries, and this is your truth for the week. The question today on the list is, why do bad things happen to good people? Why do bad things happen to good people? See, we think that life is supposed to be smooth sailing, hunky-dory. If we're following Jesus, everything is supposed to be all right. Everything is supposed to work out perfectly because after all, we've chosen him or he's chosen us, and we should be able to walk a beautiful life. Well, he did promise the abundant life, but he didn't say that life was going to be without reproach, without a problem, without some shame, without some difficulty in it. If we did something wrong, we would expect the consequences for our actions. But when other people do things to us, then we're perplexed as to why it happened. Well, first, let me say evil did enter into the world back in Genesis chapter number 3. You remember that snake in the garden? The serpent, that old serpent, that's right. Deception entered in then, and we had a choice between good or evil. We had a choice of what we do. God doesn't want puppets. He wants you to make a decision for him. So with the deception that entered in, you see some swindling still today. Those things still are pervasive in the world that we see. There's also that diabolical intent that is there because their evil is ever present. We see fraud today. We see lust, the love of money, people taking because they want money. We see people with a competitive spirit, with a jealous spirit, with an envious spirit. And we also see pride and arrogance. And so those are some of the reasons why we see some of the bad things that happen to people. They want to be in control. They want to manipulate. They want to take advantage of others. You may keep yourself from evil, but others still have the right to choose what they do, unfortunately. And sometimes it affects us. The Bible does tell us also that bad company corrupts good morals. So even though you might be good, if you are then around others that are evil, you end up or tend to do some of the same things. You are an accomplice, as the legal system would identify. But a lot of it becomes the vantage point in which you look at it. While you're right in the middle of the heat of things, yes, it looks bad, but I always encourage you to look for the brighter side, look for the collateral beauty instead of just the collateral damage. Look at Joseph in Genesis chapter number 50, verse 20. He says to his brothers that threw him in the pit, that sold him into slavery. Then he goes into Potiphar's house. He's doing the best that he can. Potiphar's wife sees him being a cougar as she is. She decides that she wants to sleep with him. He says, no, I can't do that. He gets thrown into prison because he was still doing good. And then he now ends up in the palace, and his brothers come to him. And what does he say? You meant it for evil, but God turned it around for good so that I might be able to help someone else. Yes, bad things do happen. Rape occurs, abuse, fraud, a whole lot of other things, sex trafficking, molestation, a lot of things, the school shootings, all of those are evil. And no, we don't want them. But with the right attitude, we can see the collateral beauty. In some instances, it causes us to have additional laws to keep the evil out. Sometimes we can't stop it, but sometimes we can prevent others from having the same problem. Sometimes it teaches us not to treat others the way we have been treated. So we learn what not to do as opposed to what to do. It also allows us an opportunity to share our testimony after we have gone through, because life happens. And if we really take a look back and we take stock of everything that occurs, we have more things in common than we do different. Our testimony can be a help to someone else. The greatest thing that you can do is to give back. When something bad happens to you, is for you to then take that and punch the devil in the eye and say, I'll show you. I'm going to continue to show up. So you've got the Joyce Myers who have been raped by her father over the years, but she's had the opportunity to deliver so many other people. You've got the Job experience, where he finally gets to the point in Job 42:5, he says, you know what? My friends have walked away. They talked about me. My wife walked away. I've lost everything. He says, I knew you, Jesus. God, I knew you by the hearing of the ears, but now I see you for myself. Sometimes those night seasons bring about intimacy with God and a bigger revelation of who he really is. Our faith grows in those dark moments. Again, Joseph in Genesis 50 and 20, your intent does not stop God's plan. You can even look at my life, or I look at my life. No, I didn't plan on my daughter dying early. No, I didn't plan on going through a divorce after so many years. I did not plan on losing my job. But what I have the opportunity to do now is to help other women reframe their story. They get to reinvent themselves and they get to reimagine their future. So what the enemy meant for evil, God can turn it around for good. A cake, as you are starting it, doesn't taste good. The flour by itself doesn't taste good. The sugar might be okay, but straight sticks of butter and all of that, it doesn't taste good as you're whipping it up. But oh, when all of those ingredients come together, the aroma as it's baking, and then the output, when you actually get to taste it, is so much sweeter than it would have been if all of those ingredients hadn't been there. So you are a culmination of everything that has occurred in your life. And even though it might not feel good right now, keep living. God's got a plan. Why do bad things happen to good people? So those good people can go back and then help someone else to get through. I'm Dr. Chonta Haynes with Heart to Heart Truth Ministries. It truly is my pleasure to bring you these messages. And I'm going to encourage you. Go ahead, ask your tough questions. If you go to ChontaHaynes.com, send me a comment. Let me know what you want me to answer. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, and have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week.
Hi, thanks for listening and watching. And if you enjoyed what you've seen, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And hit that notification button so you'll know the next time there's a new episode. Listen, as a result of my coaching program, my clients have experienced a calming of the emotional roller coaster. They have a compelling future, as well as the confidence and the know-how to achieve it. And they have clarity on the financial tools that they need in order to live life on their terms and save tens of thousands of dollars. I'm looking for women who are devastated by the double D's, divorce or death, who want to gain confidence to live life on their terms with peace and financial security. My question is, who do you know? Have them go ahead and book a call with me so that we can get to that compelling future. My heart may be broke, but your bank account doesn't have to be.
You can find us online at htruth.org. At Heart to Heart Truth Ministries, we're helping believers live an abundant life based on God's Word, standing on His promises, walking out His principles, sharing with God's people, serving as unto the Lord.